his persona was being such a bad boy or so tough or such a whatever, like going from like a thug to like a hardcore rock artist.
And that's the problem with American society right now because of you and what you're doing right now. Someone can't be hard and masculine and thuggish.
Whoa.
And not to get to male and women genders. This is not women hating.
Not that episode, George. Not that episode, George.
That it's easy for men to understand what type of conversation they're having. Because most of the time, it's practical.
Yes.
That's hilarious. So all the baby oil that you left in your car because you don't go.
That doesn't stink. That's still
Some
at
of
home.
those. You told me, right, that those parties are not happening anymore. So you just have an excess of.
It's just excess. Hey,
it's not your car no
off
more.
topic. Do you want to come over sometime? Hold on. I promise the audience tears one day.
Okay, so. I'm gonna say this right now. No joke will be said during this.
This episode.
This emotional portion.
All right, I'm not a character. I'm gonna get
this
real.
Is very serious.
I'm gonna get real.
Okay. George, when's the last time you felt seen or understood by another person?
That's a tough question because it doesn't even have to do with my own perception. It has to do with what I believe others' perceptions of me is.
We are being serious. And when I say this, George, I promise you, I'm saying it with the most serious and honest truth.
Okay.
Okay? This is not for cameras.
I won't troll. I'll be serious.
That's what I want to talk about.
What?
Why you're number 3 most troll in our friend group. Because I'm going to explain it. Okay? So we have obviously number 1 and 2. No. I got a question for you, George.
I got answers for you, baby.
It's been trending on the internet.
I am the internet.
You ever see online where girlfriends are asking their boyfriends or husbands to their wives or wives to their husbands, who would you rather die first, me or you?
I have not. That's a sad trend. No.
Okay, if you had to choose between me or you to die first, what would you choose?
Bronchosaurus.
We're in this together.
Bronchosaurus.
I've had this conversation.
About me and you?
Oh, between me and you. Awkward.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about me and my wife.
Oh, let's actually go into dive into that. No. It's okay. I didn't know you had this conversation already. What's the choice?
I'm not allowed to live without her.
You're not allowed to.
So.
That's so sad. Between me and you.
You.
Why'd you say that so quickly?
Hold on.
No, let's think about it first. Because I felt like you said it so quick. I think we need to think about the ramifications of our choices. If there was a gun and it was pointed to one of us and he said, one of us has to die, and then the rest of us will continue living for another 50 years. Mm-hmm. You take my years and give whoever loses or dies, they take the years and live longer. Who dies first?
You. Again, it's really fast, right? Can I tell you why?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, learn things that you want to learn.
I got a fun fact for you.
Hope you learned something like that. I hope you laughed.
I'm an idiot. If you have any questions, don't ask us.
Welcome to the Idiots to Experts podcast, where I die because no one cares about me. I'm your co-host, Justin.
And I'm your co-host, George.
And every week, we try to become better friends, learn more things in this world, and try to teach each other new things. And what I learned today was George wants to kill me and without hesitation.
Listen, there's no hesitation. I'm excited for you to die. Can I tell you why?
Why you gotta throw in excited?
I'm excited.
Why are you smiling so? I'm not gonna lie. Every episode we've ever recorded, I've never seen you so happy, bro. We've talked many episodes. This one, you're so happy.
Listen. I know that Justin's probably concerned for his safety right now.
I'm pissed. I'm not even concerned about my safety.
There's a genuine reason why I would be excited. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So the reason is, me and you have had this conversation that when and if you pass, you might never go.
I will pass, not if.
God willing, you never will. Right? But if he goes first, he already told me that his will be a scavenger hunt.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And I get to lead the scavenger hunt.
I forgot about that one. It's the last troll.
So I get to
you know what? I totally forgot about it, to be honest. You know what's crazy? If I do die, I just completely forgot about you still set it up.
I'm taking all your stuff. I'm hiding it. And for your own honor, I will create a scavenger hunt on your behalf.
Interesting. Well, my bad. I apologize.
All right, cool.
For that reason, I should die first.
I am your friend, Justin. I'm here to support you. We're doing this podcast for a reason.
Okay. Well, I learned recently how to have meaningful conversations.
Oh, do I have to be serious on this one?
So this one's a little not serious,
Okay,
but
okay.
I learned some tips and tricks of how to have fruitful conversations with
Okay.
anyone and everyone. I was going to share it with you.
I'm about this because I was actually having a conversation about this with coworkers.
You were having a conversation about having conversations?
Yes.
Interesting.
Because when you're in an office, some people are awkward.
True.
Some people are not awkward.
Very true.
Some people are racist. And you have
All
to
true
learn
statements, you know?
and you have to learn how to handle those, navigate those conversations.
Okay. Well, before I get into what I learned, what's happening in the world?
Guys, we have so much news happening that it was all newsing. It was all
newsing.
It was all newsing.
Okay,
There was
okay.
just so much newsing that I decided to pick fun, non-serious news articles because the world's too serious.
Oh,
and do you
wow.
guys
That's so opposite of what you usually do.
right? These are all happy-go-lucky moments.
Oh, I'm
type of thing.
excited.
One of
Okay.
them does involve my boy Elon a little bit. A little bit.
Happy.
Not much.
Okay.
Okay. So there is the third iteration of NeuroLink that has been installed in another human being.
Explain real quick, NeuroLink.
NeuroLink is a little microchopic. Microchopic.
That's a smoothie. I think.
I'm still in Hawaii. It's microtropic. Sorry, guys. I just came back from Hawaii and still in vacation mode. It's a little microchip that they install into your brain that then allows you to have certain digital access into computers.
Oh, okay.
Essentially, it's a Bluetooth device. It turns you into a dongle. That's essentially what it does.
Okay, all right.
Right? So there's the third iteration got implanted in a man who was paralyzed from the neck down.
Sorry, what are they using NeuroLink right now for?
There's
What's the first application?
the first, so far they're using it on people who are paralyzed and trying to give them more accessibility through computers. So one gentleman is now able to like control essentially a mouse with
Okay.
his brain.
Okay.
This third iteration helps the person speak.
Okay.
So what it does is they're mapping out electrical signals in his brain, allowing him to then like pick certain letters, and then with the help of AI into the mix,
Okay.
AI then takes what he is inputting, and in his own voice, in this man's voice,
Oh, how did they even
AI
know?
because he was able to speak at one point.
Oh,
This is
okay. This is before.
yeah.
Okay.
The AI program then says what he is basically typing out or thinking
Okay.
in his voice.
Okay. So Stephen Hawking, right?
Yeah.
He was able, and I actually don't know, so I'm asking this question very ignorantly. He was able to think, and then he would say it.
No. He typed it.
Oh, he typed it.
He still
I
had
thought it
like
was
certain
thinking.
movements, and like after things got harder, they made things like able for him to like still use his hand in certain ways.
Oh, I did not.
But he
know
still
that.
like used physical inputs.
Okay, never. So this is different. This is just you don't need movement at all. You could think, okay, all right.
So it's cool. It's like they're helping this man like build connections with his family after such a tragic incident.
Still hate the guy, Elon Musk, but it's fine.
I have no opinion. Wait, he isn't working for the government anymore, right?
He does not.
I hate that guy. He pisses me off.
He's back to his companies.
Yeah, just wait till he does the next thing where I love him again. But right now I hate him.
Okay, but no, I'm curious, but like, I don't know, because X is kind of tainted in Elon Musk's image. But like, if everyone starts getting Neuralinked, not everyone, because not everyone needs it, right? But like, there seems to be a weird iRobot type of
Listen.
would turn on Russian agents type of thing,
Listen. Those problems are gonna be when I'm dead. That's not for me to figure.
But you know what pisses me off? I'll stop talking about it.
Man, that was
Sorry.
angry.
I just thought about it. We are not okay with vaccinations, but we're okay with inserting a microchip into people.
To be fair, right? I'm being fair.
Okay, explain.
Fairness.
Explain.
Only 3 people are okay with microchips being installed into their heads.
But
So
you're happy about it.
I'm happy that someone gets a better quality of life.
Okay, but
I'm
are you
not
okay with
happy
microchips?
that anyone has to have surgery. I'm not happy
that's
that
fair.
computers are like taking over the world and we're probably going to be like, you know, enslaved by them.
We're gonna be.
But
dead.
that's not my problem.
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
not our problem.
We're keeping it happy, Justin.
Yeah.
You're angry. I don't know what's going on with you on this
bad.
episode.
I'm not. I didn't go to. I didn't come from Hawaii. You know, I was here.
Aloha, oi. You see
okay.
that? Oh, by the way, this may be offensive. I don't know, but I listened the entire time to the Lilo and Stitch soundtrack.
Okay.
The entire time I was in Hawaii. It was great. That's just
There's so
side
much,
tangent.
which is good music, but there's just so
Phenomenal
much more Hawaiian music that's really good too.
Anyway, I'm not gonna. So my second piece of news is, I don't even know how to present this. This is upsetting to me, actually.
Oh, you said happy.
It
news.
is. But like, it's just it warps my brain to think about. So MGK, which if you guys don't know, this is some pop culture references. MGK is a hardcore rapper that decided to go at Eminem and, in my opinion, lost terribly.
In everyone's opinion.
And some people, you know, the MGK squad.
He lost so bad, he doesn't even rap anymore.
He lost so bad that he went to rock music, right? Starts doing rock music.
Yeah.
And my news for you today is that now he switched genres yet again.
Oh, he's not rock anymore?
And now he's coming out with pop music.
Oh, lit.
And he's coming out with this Justin Bieber-esque music. Like, from going like to this hardcore, I feel like he's betraying his fan base.
Actually, I don't have a problem with it.
Really?
Because as we talked about last week, or sorry, 6 years ago when we recorded it last time,
This guy.
that I think everyone should be able to change and it should be fine. You don't have to rap your whole entire career. If he suddenly likes pop music, if he suddenly likes country, that's why Beyonce's she's been doing country for a while, but like she got so much flack for doing country as if she don't belong in that genre. People, it's music, it's art. Do what you want. Bro.
Listen, I'm not against him changing. Okay,
it sounds like
I hope and I wish the best for everyone except MGK because he tried to go at Eminem. But right,
okay,
but he like I watched like the first music video that he released.
Was it cool?
It's like very bright colors. He's wearing like very poppy, yeah, and he's like doing these little dances.
Oh,
as
so it's lit.
It's super lit.
Okay,
right? Very positive environment.
You like it?
It's my favorite so far.
Okay,
everything about it is just like, oh, I'm a believer, but like an MGKer. I don't know the words, right? I can't.
Okay, I didn't know if that was a song.
To me, his persona was being such a bad boy or so tough or such a whatever, like going from like a thug to like a hardcore rock artist.
And that's the problem with American society right now because of you and what you're doing right now. Someone can't be hard and masculine and thuggish.
Whoa.
Pause.
Take it easy.
And transform and learn and grow and become more in touch with their feminine side or a different side of themselves. That's what's wrong with people like you. It's always people like you that poison and keep the misogyny and the patriarchal system alive.
You're right, Justin. I'm a terrible person, guys. I'm going to be better. You know what? Do whatever you want. MGK, I think your music's the best.
Yeah. See?
I hate myself.
Well, anyways, you know what? Something with you. Oh, is that the rest of your news?
That's my news.
Okay, so if you ever get into crossing roads, paths with MGK,
you know, I thought about that. Like, what if like we ever get the opportunity to interview MGK?
Okay, and then what are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna like, I'll be honest. I'll be like,
I hit on you.
I hit on you, bro. I ain't got nothing against you as a person or as a human being. I just think it's wild that you go from this like thug persona to
what? So
soft.
what persona? Oh, so you don't like when he's soft. You like it when he's hard.
He was hard,
That's
then he
what I'm
was
saying.
soft.
I know you like when he's so hard, but you don't like when he's soft.
Exactly.
Okay, I just
So
want to
you
put it
get
out
it.
there. No, it's I understand what you're saying. I don't agree with you. You
Oh.
like men that are hard.
Yeah.
You don't like men that are soft.
Why would you want him that way?
We should start a new segment. If you ever feel spicy, to really trash a celebrity or someone known or a podcast or someone online in hopes that we do become bigger and we'll
And we have to explain to them, just like,
why George hates you.
you know what's the worst part is like down the line in the future, something terrible happens to this person, and then we just look like jerks for roasting.
Never mind.
Yeah, it won't age well. It won't age well.
Anyways, I want to talk about having better and meaningful conversations.
You mean making this podcast better? Let's go.
Yeah. So basically, if anyone wants to understand what I'm talking about, I watched a TED video, and this is basically it.
Damn, we're making a 10-minute TED video. It's an hour-long episode. Let's go.
Let's go. I have a question. He poses the question. Everyone should do this in everyday life. You go up to a random person and you ask them, when's the last time you cried in front of somebody? So George, I'm asking you, when's the last time you cried in front of somebody?
Dude, I've been crying a lot recently. Like, give me a minute. Like, I need to figure out which moment it was. No, a few months ago.
A few months ago.
Yeah.
And if you don't have to, but would you explain why you cried in front of someone?
I won't be elaborate, but I was under a tremendous amount of stress, anxiety, and I was sleep deprived. And the combination of those things, specifically sleep deprivation, caused me to break down a little bit.
Okay. And then if someone would ask me that question, I'm not going to lie to you, George. And this is where we kind of get into like male societies like that. I don't remember the last time I cried in front of someone, not my wife.
If that doesn't count, then I don't know. You said someone. You didn't say.
I was thinking like, I feel like everyone knows marriages, relationships, they're tough. High emotions are involved. You're bound to cry. If you ain't crying in your marriage, I don't know if you're doing it right, dude.
Well, I'm not getting into that topic if you want.
That's a different topic. But I thought to myself, that's going to be an easy answer. Let me think about crying in front of someone. Not my wife. I don't even remember.
I was going to tell you, if wife doesn't count, then the thing is, there's nothing outside of my relationship with or like the things that me and my wife face that would cause me to cry. Like everything else, I can pretty much rationalize and compartmentalize and be like, this is trauma for a different day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
actually, no, I just remembered.
Oh, do you?
Because I was like, oh, what's something that would cause me to be that tremendously like hurt? Is when my family member passed, a close family member.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
But other than that, still, maybe when I was a child.
I broke my leg.
Isn't that kind of crazy?
No, I think it's normal.
Don't you think everyone should cry?
No.
Oh.
I don't think everyone should cry.
What do you mean?
Only people who are sad should cry.
Only what?
People who are sad should cry.
That's not true. Especially if men, they built up a bunch of emotions.
Oh, see, that's your first problem. Men don't have emotions.
See? Now we have to try to understand what you mean.
No. Let's stay in the conversation.
What do you mean?
Let's stay in the
men
conversation.
Don't have emotions.
This is going to turn into women hate.
What do you mean men don't have emotions?
Let's stay on top. We're staying focused.
I think everyone should cry more.
I disagree.
Why?
You're just being soft. I told you, we don't want soft. We want hard.
Men.
Yes.
Okay, I know your type now.
I'm not gonna lie, that got me. I wasn't prepared for that.
Well, anyways, I'm gonna stop it there. We could have gone a conversation another hour, honestly, about this.
Probably.
And he breaks down these conversations. He goes, there's 3 types of conversations. There's practical, there's emotional, and then there's societal. Okay? And he goes, the practical conversation is information based.
Yeah.
You're trading information, that's all. Emotional conversation is you're trying to talk about emotions and being understood of how you feel. And societal conversation is talking about yourself and the role that you have, that you think you have in this life, in this world. What defines you, not your emotions, but like what really defines you.
So for me, like dictator.
Yes, exactly.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. And mine would be a pleasant, nice, always honest type of guy.
Right, like a leader of.
No, that's you.
No? Oh.
You're a leader.
Sorry.
You're Andrew Tate. What those type of qualities. I'm not those.
You can't say that word without me going, what color is your Bugatti?
But anyways, he goes, understand always, and this is how you get into meaningful conversations, what type of conversation the other person is trying to have.
Okay.
And he goes, the reason why people don't have good, meaningful conversations is because they don't align. They're not having the same conversation. One person could be having practical while the other person's having an emotional one. One person could have societal one while the other person's having an emotional one.
People aren't on the same page,
They're
Justin.
not on the same page. And he explains, here's the good example, right? When he comes home from work and he has a long day and his wife is trying to explain to him that she wants this done and she's she's tired and stuff like that. As a man, you're like, well, I've done this and then this and then this. One person's having an emotional conversation. Maybe I'm feeling tired and I don't want to do this. And the other one's defending themselves society, like, I am a man. I am providing for you.
This is your role. You get in the kitchen and make dinner.
I thought we said.
Oh, sorry. Right.
No,
wrong episode.
No, I
sorry.
didn't want. We didn't want this.
Wrong episode.
We didn't want this.
Wrong episode. Bring it back. Sorry.
And so, okay. I just want to point out that I think that happens a lot in my relationship. Does that happen a lot in your relationship?
I think oftentimes we're on different kinds of communication styles, not necessarily like
Style.
but there's definitely, I don't think there's just one variable. There's communication styles, there's the tones, and there's a lot of things in communication.
Okay.
I was a communication major, guys. This is awkward.
You proud of that one? Communication majors guy.
I also have a law degree.
Communication major.
I also have a law degree, so we're good. Kind of.
I just wanted to point out that I feel like, and not to get to male and women genders, this is not women hating.
Not that episode, George. Not that episode, George.
That it's easy for men to understand what type of conversation they're having. Because most of the time, it's practical.
Yes.
Most of the time, it's practical.
Men have one mode of communication for the most part.
Yeah.
And we usually have to, in my opinion, literally change our mental gears to like, be like, oh, this is an emotional conversation.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
I said with each other. It only is easy with each other.
Yeah.
All right. And where we can recognize if you're having an emotional conversation, I can switch. However, not to say that it's all women's fault. We are terrible of understanding. Also, if our significant other is having an emotional conversation, a practical conversation, or a societal conversation, I think we fail understanding on what type of conversation our wife is
I
trying to
don't
have.
think they know what kind of conversation they're having.
No,
But
no.
you know what?
I'll give you 2 examples, George.
Okay.
Right? I'll give you 2
Give me the examples.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
So the first one is easy. The first one, I'm going to say this is a significant other woman. I'm only talking about traditional conversation. Sorry. I don't have experience in any other relationship. That a woman will ask us if we love them. Have you ever got that question?
Oh, no. Don't know what you're talking about, but hypothetically speaking, let's say that I do.
Bad.
Hypothetically.
You don't know this. Just
Yeah.
hypothetically. Just like, hey, do you love me? Right?
Yeah.
She's trying to be understood emotionally.
Correct.
We respond either practically or societal like based.
Yes.
Either practically, obviously I love you. Obviously I do this.
What? What?
See, this is where we're trying to correct, George.
What do you mean?
No, it's George. This is what we're trying to correct. That's the wrong step.
Mhm.
Okay. Even societal, like I am your husband.
I'm just giving an
Obviously,
example
I
of how
love you.
men act, though. They're like, hypothetically, men are like, what?
Yeah,
They shouldn't react that way.
they shouldn't react
Correct,
that way.
yes.
Oh, you weren't. I'm sorry. You're trying to teach me.
Come on.
I didn't understand.
We got to work on our communication.
Okay, see, we're not working on our communication.
I'm having a practical one. You're having an emotional.
Yeah, dude, I'm so sorry. Okay, so because that's not being on the same level, it always results in a fight. Whereas if you hear the words, do you love me? We have to always just engage emotionally. Yeah?
We should engage emotionally. Yes, hypothetically.
Why are you adding all those words?
I'm like trying to protect myself in all
Why are you trying to
matters.
add those words?
Because honestly, my answer is hypothetically is
This guy, dude. Hypothetically, but if this is not me, this is
But it's
someone
like-
answering the other person.
another third person. Like,
Okay.
do you love me? Yes. That's it. That should be the entire. You ask the question, practically speaking.
You see, that's your
yes.
problem.
I'm
that
not.
you're responding practically.
Yes, I know. But the other one requires a lot more energy. So much more energy.
And okay, so I just think we need to understand how the other person's trying to communicate. And I flipped it because we talked about this before, George. If a man tells his girl, I want to play fives, okay? That's now, we're not talking practically. That's more of, I think, more emotionally because I want to enjoy
Correct.
my time.
Let me do the one thing that brings me joy, even though I do everything else.
Okay.
So give me to do the one. Oh, sorry.
See, emotionally, you're trying to be understood. That I've done so many things. I want to do this one joyful thing. Emotionally, trying to be understood. And I feel like most of the time, the response is more practical. The more response is either our wives or your significant other telling you, we've had a long day. I just cooked dinner. We didn't even have any time where it's just us. I want more intimacy time. And you want to choose it with your friends.
With your friends.
I have a problem with that. So I'm like, I get it. I understand it now. It's like I shoot threes. I understand it now. You get that?
Or hypothetically, they go, you still have a bunch of things that you have to do and you're not doing that. Instead, you're going to go play video games. Is that a good way to spend your time? Hypothetically.
We're not trying to lash out. We're trying to learn and become better.
What's lashing?
Hypothetically.
What's lashing?
We're hypothetically, fine, my bad. We got to enter the hypothetical space always. Hypothetically, we're learning and becoming better and not lashing out.
Yes. That's exactly how communication should be. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So what I want to do so we can fully understand this is we'll have a practical conversation. We'll have an emotional conversation. And then we'll have a societal conversation.
We did stuff like this in like the early episodes when we were trying to like get better at podcasting.
Okay.
And I never did well in any of these type of
I'm gonna lead.
All right, I'm not looking at the camera. I'm just gonna like look up here.
No, here's the thing. I'm just gonna lead. Don't even worry about it. I'm not even gonna ask you to ask questions.
Okay.
But you're not gonna like these questions.
Damn.
Okay, so first, practical conversation. All right.
I'm a practical person. I'm logical.
Okay, George, what are items in your car or in your trunk?
Burger King wrappers. There is
judging
trash.
If the Burger King wrappers aren't trash,
no, literal trash. That I haven't taken to the garbage can yet.
Why is there little trash in your car?
It's stinky, so like we have to drop it off at a garbage can. It's like
wait. You actually you have. I'm so confused. You have Burger King wrappers aside from the trash bag that's in your car.
Yes. Because I got the Burger King on the way here.
Oh, you had the trash bag, got the Burger King
on my way here,
and then threw the Burger King on the floor.
Yeah, the Burger King's currently on the seat. The trash is like on the floor.
You wanted a trash bag in your car, and you don't mind?
It's closed.
George, just because it's
but also
closed.
The trash. Hold on, the trash bag.
What if you had something ridiculously stinky in it? Just because you tie it up, don't mean you close the smell,
okay,
bro.
All right. Joking aside.
I tied it up, Justin.
Joking aside, that's not currently in my car, but I do often will tie up the garbage bag and take it to a garbage can that's further away so I can throw it out.
Okay,
so
you
it doesn't
don't
stick
have
up my garbage.
That's hilarious. So all the baby oil that you left in your car because you don't go.
That doesn't stink. That's still
some
at
of
home.
Those. You tell me, right, that those parties are not happening anymore. So you just have an excess of.
It's just excess. Hey,
that's not your car no
off
more.
topic. Do you want to come over sometime?
Hey, hell no. He's like, I'm having a bunch of friends over.
You know what sucks is that people watch this and they know us, and this is just such a strange conversation.
That's a great conversation. Okay.
I apologize. So like trash, Burger King wrappers, a child seat. And for some reason, one of the podcast costumes that I wore, the Grinch outfit, is still in my car. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Honest. And I like it. Even with the baby oil, honest. And that's how you have a practical conversation.
That was good. I was able to do that.
Yeah. If we were on different conversations, we wouldn't have a good conversation. Now, here's where we go emotional conversation.
Hold on. I promise the audience tears one day.
Okay,
so.
I'm going to say this right now. No joke will be said during this.
This episode,
this emotional portion.
All right, I'm not character. I'm gonna get real.
This is very serious.
I'm gonna get real.
Okay. George, when's the last time you felt seen or understood by another person?
That's a tough question because it doesn't even have to do with my own perception. It has to do with what I believe others' perceptions of me is. Right. So in order
I'm not gonna lie, I did not understand what that means. So, that
cool.
was a joke.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you made a joke. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I forgot. Sorry, that was natural.
I'm being emotional, and once we get out of emotional mode,
okay, I'm back in it.
Okay.
Wow.
So I genuinely mean this is like when we feel seen or when we feel like we're valued or important, right?
Okay.
It's not our own importance or our own perception. It's how we think others view us that is important.
Okay, we gotta pause the jokes. We gotta pause the treaty. We gotta pause the piece.
Are we making jokes?
No, it's not making jokes, but it sounds like I'm making a joke or making fun of you. I'm not making fun of you. I'm just trying to understand you more.
I apologize. Okay, keep
You're
going.
saying it's not about our perception, but it's how we think others view us.
Yes, that's what gives us.
Is that not perception?
I think it's greater than that because you can have a perception that you feel seen, right? Like I feel important, I feel good, right? It's coming from you versus it's coming from someone else. My validation comes from how I think other people view me.
We are in like
Not different?
fourth dimension. This is some like
I'm
getting
getting deep.
You're just way more intelligent than I am because I am not understanding anything.
All right, how about this?
In that realm.
How about this? Last time I felt seen was I don't remember. I can't tell you. I typically
really
I don't
seen or understood.
My wife makes me feel understood. She's the one person that like on a regular outside of that.
Okay.
I don't
explain to me a situation where you felt understood / seen from your wife.
On our wedding day. I mean, there's moments after that, but I think on our wedding day, we had a lot of chaos around us. I mean, the stress and the anxiety and the everything that comes with wedding planning.
Okay.
And she took me off to the side and told me some heartfelt things that just, I was like, yeah, we do this. She made me feel important. She made me feel valued.
So she understood the anxiety and stress you were going through on that day of your wedding.
Mm-hmm. And she took it upon herself to make sure that I felt prioritized or loved.
Okay.
And that made me feel seen.
Okay, I like it. Yeah, that's pretty good. You don't think, but you said, sorry, I was going to explain how I felt seen, but I had a question. You said outside your wife, you didn't even have an answer.
I can't tell you, no. Because I have a pretty low opinion of myself, so what
does that have to do with being understood or seen? If you have low feelings of yourself,
I think if you yourself have low self-esteem, then no matter what people do to make you feel seen or heard, you don't feel it. You can't.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, do you like if you're a person who has high confidence? I think you will feel understood or seen more. If you're a person of low confidence, you're typically not going to see it that often. You disagree with that? Emotional conversation.
I don't
Justin.
think it's confidence.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this isn't emotional. I'm trying to understand your emotion.
Yeah.
But here's my perception of it or understanding. I don't think it's confidence. It's more of a emotional intelligence, and it's how I can receive this person understanding me. If maybe the confidence is you're not even open to anybody like trying to understand you. But I think it's some people when they talk and have a conversation with me and they explain maybe what I'm going through, I'm like, oh, you really understand me. Or you I feel seen because you have the same perception that I have, that I share.
I see where you're coming from, but the whole point, I mean,
because the confidence is weird. Like if you have low confidence, if I had low confidence, someone who also has low confidence, I can feel understood or seen by that person.
I get where you're coming from, but because I wasn't ready for this conversation, I can't say that I'm fully on board with what you're saying. I mean, I agree. I think there's truth to what you're saying.
Okay.
I just, if I'm being honest, I think because I haven't had time to like digest or like think about this, I can't be like, oh, you're right. But there's still some hesitancy where I'm like, no, I think confidence has a pretty big role in whether you feel seen or not.
Okay. All right. And then let me explain to you the last time I felt seen. And this is actually pretty recent. Sometimes me and my brother have conversations. We'll talk about family drama and stuff like that. However, recently we had a conversation about our parents and how they've grown, right? And he told me, he was like, yeah, it was kind of like messed up that back in the day, my parents would be way more harder on me than my brother. My brother was like this kind of well-behaved golden child, and I just talked up that I was such a badass kid. But
which is wild to me, by the way.
Why?
Because I see you. I've only met you at like, I don't know, after a certain part of your life, right? And I only know you as like
well-adjusted,
a good dude, yeah,
and nice,
yeah,
and respectful.
Kinda.
Dang.
Yeah. I'm not. No jokes, huh?
Oh, I'm laughing because I'm so giddy that you complimented me.
It's true. You are. Okay. You're all those things.
But he was telling me how like somewhat that it was a little bit unfair that they always compared me to my brother because he was such a well-behaved child that caused them to be harder on me. And it's not that I broke down or anything, but it was like the first time me and my brother really talked about like our childhood and like understanding how we look at it now that we're older. I think it was kind of crazy that he shared that same feeling that I did when we were growing up. You okay?
Yes. This is an emotional conversation, so it's heavy, right?
Oh, okay.
And like one of the things that
I thought you were going to make fun of me, to be honest.
It's not that I want to make fun of you. It's that I disagree with you. And
Ooh.
I think someone revalidating your own thoughts, your own feelings makes you, that doesn't make it more or less true. It's just someone reiterating like you're already existent.
Yeah, but my whole thing is being true is different than being understood.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so validating how I feel
just made you feel
doesn't say like, oh, obviously that's the truth or that's the right thing to do. I'm just saying the realm of being understood, maybe I'm projecting, is a rare occurrence in my life, to be honest. Okay, so it's not that I have some crazy different view. It's just like I don't talk about certain things that happen in my life. I don't talk about, and so it's weird that someone else who shared my childhood with me would feel the same way I did when we view our parents. Like we had different experience with our parents. Right. Somewhat similar, but he was well behaved, and I was so against and rebel my parents that he viewed how I thought my parents treated me the same way.
So again, I'm genuinely asking here, just the validation that you weren't the only one to experience, or like, you know, this idea that like, yeah, I'm not crazy. Like this definitely was happening, like made you feel like he understood you more, and that helped you emotionally connect.
Yeah. I would say understanding that my brother felt that same way made me look at him better. And not to say like I needed it, but like it was good to know that the soldier I had with me that grew up in an Asian household, which is a war. And if everyone disagrees, they don't understand Asian childhood, is a war, viewed it the same way I did.
Try a Middle Eastern household.
What's the difference?
I don't want to make the joke. We're done with the emotional section. So
but also, you know, just having someone understand, I think also someone really close brings you a lot closer. So I thought that was just really cool to have that moment with my brother. So he's never going to watch this, but shout out to my brother.
Make a clip. He'll watch the clip.
Maybe. And then lastly, a societal conversation.
Now, this is where I get spicy. Let's go.
Okay, now we're talking about how our roles are.
Women.
How our roles are defined in society. And, you know, like we are Christian men. That's something that defines us.
Oh, yeah,
We are men. We are human beings. We are nice. There's a lot of things that define us, right? Poor. I got it.
Very poor.
I have a question for you, George.
I got all societal answers.
For this societal question.
Are we being serious?
We are being serious. And when I say this, George, I promise you, I'm saying it with with the most serious and honest truth.
Okay.
Okay. This is not for cameras. This is
I
not
won't troll. I'll be serious.
That's what I want to talk about.
What?
Why you're number 3 most troll in our friend group. Because I'm going to explain it. Okay. So we have obviously number 1 and 2. No. Let me explain it because it's so easily defined. Okay. So first, 1 and 2 is easily, we know who it is. We are our friends, Kiro and Mina. Fine. You don't know who they are, but trust us, they're number 1 and 2. Okay. Number 3,
Let me confirm. They're 1 and 2. There is no question about it. They are 1 and 2.
Thank you.
We're done.
I appreciate it. Okay. Number 3 is George. And I'll explain to you why he's number 3. Because, George, if we sat in a room together for an hour, you're doing at least 15 trolls to my 1.
Correct.
You're doing so many trolls every minute,
Correct.
bro.
100%.
Okay.
I agree.
So what's worse? Death by 1,000 cuts or death by a gun?
Gun.
No, 1,000 cuts.
No.
Why do you want to suffer through 1,000 cuts, bro?
Listen to me.
That's why you're number 3, because you constantly troll.
I constantly troll. Everyone has seen, if you're watching this podcast, you've definitely heard me troll a million times. I do it way more than you do, correct?
I agree. Okay, we agree.
Right. My frequency is higher. I can acknowledge it.
Okay, it's like way higher.
Way higher.
Okay.
But when I troll, I make it exceedingly obvious that I'm trolling.
That's not
true.
Yes,
it is.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
That's not true. Last night we were playing, or not, was it last night or 2 nights ago? We were playing video games, and we're last person alive is trying to clutch up. And what does George do? You're not gonna win it.
That wasn't trolling.
That wasn't obvious at all.
I wasn't trolling.
Yes, you were.
I was trying to do reverse psychology. That's not a troll. That's reverse psychology.
You're trying to gaslight us to make your trolls not a troll?
No.
You're always trolling, bro.
I live under a bridge. That's how troll I am. But it still does not make me... Guys, I am telling you, please believe me.
Explain to me why 1,000 cuts, right, is not worse than 1 gunshot.
Because if you get a paper cut, right?
No, death. They're both deaths.
Yeah, they're both death, right? But 1,000 cuts, it's like, that was bad.
That was a Sprite can.
That's bad.
It's fine.
Right?
Okay.
You go,
Yeah.
It's annoying.
You've never had a paper cut.
It's annoying.
You've never had a paper cut.
I have.
Okay, you know how annoying it is for 1 paper cut.
Yeah.
Imagine 1,000.
I've had my bone come out of my leg. I know what extreme pain looks like.
That's very true. Okay, that's true.
I'll take the 1,000 paper cuts.
Okay. Why do you want a prolonged death?
It's not about prolonging. It's the suffering that's involved because you're not dying instantly, right? It's trolling. So you have to survive. You got to deal with it. People have to sit there for 5 minutes, genuinely confused as to whether or not you're lying to them or not. That is how you troll.
I have a more impactful troll. I'll give you that. But 5 trolls a year versus 1,000,000 trolls a year.
This will prove my point.
Okay, you say it repeatedly, bro.
This will prove my point.
Okay, 4.
I don't know if he's trolling me right now.
Here's the thing. He's trying to gaslight me because I said in the beginning of the segment, this was no troll. I mean it with the utmost, most honest. This is my truth. I believe in this.
And he says that and still trolls.
No,
us.
I said this is not even. We can turn off the camera and have this conversation.
All right, cut the black. Cut the black.
I'm just saying, I'm just telling the people, what would you rather have if you're, I don't know what, lit on fire and you have to be on fire, like, you have to deal with that?
You're on fire for like 3 minutes.
No, you're on
3
fire.
minutes.
No. You're on fire for an hour, right?
Okay.
Or a gunshot.
Oh, hold up. You're saying what I'm doing is being on fire?
Yes.
No, it's not.
Yes, because you have to deal with the pain constantly.
No.
Versus no pain at all. Bow, you're done for.
It's a different kind of pain.
That's how good my troll is.
The paper cuts is a better example because it's annoying. Because when I troll, it's very much just like, dude, he's annoying.
No,
like,
okay, fine. It's not. I would say your troll isn't 1,000 paper cuts. It's like paper cuts and knife cuts and some stabs, like here, and it's like levels.
Yeah,
you change it up. It's not always small.
I agree.
It's not always small.
Some piranha bites.
Is that a piranha sound?
No, it wasn't.
And so that's why I want us to clearly define that you're number 3 biggest troll in the group. And so we can put this conversation behind us and we don't have to talk about it.
This conversation will not be put behind us, guys. Tune in next week.
Put
when we
it
argue
in
about-
the comments. What would you rather
If you
have,
know us.
okay? 1,000 million cuts.
You know
like
what?
that.
Even if you don't know us, put in the comments below who's the bigger troll on this episode or on this podcast.
Yeah, I'm trying to have good conversations. For the most part, I am serious.
How about the last bit when we were having an emotional conversation and I got into emotional mode and you still cracked jokes and laughed?
What did I crack? What did I joke about?
I don't
I
remember.
got giddy. I told you. So you have bad memory.
We're on the tape.
I felt giddy that you complimented me, so I laughed. That wasn't troll at all.
He's trolling right now.
See, okay, all right. Number 3 troll because you're trying to blame me for trolling. I'm not trolling. That's a troll in itself. That's trollception.
That's trollception.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I live under a bridge with a troll.
And that's my segment.
That's wild. I mean, I like the bit about, like, you know, the different levels of conversation. I think it's wild that you think that you're not number 3.
I'm not. I'm normal most of the time. I want to have good conversations most of the time. I like my mental health.
That's 100%. That's, you know what? Here's the thing. Only I can be triggered because you guys don't understand him the way I understand him.
Oh, man, chill.
They don't understand that he's trolling me right now.
No, see, he's acting so well right now, bro. That in and of itself is troll because he wants to play victim, which is crazy.
I'm not that good of an actor.
He's acting so well.
To be or not to be, that is not a question. Thank you guys for
the fact that he's acting and trying to make me look like the bully is a troll in itself. Is it not?
For my mental health, we're ending this. I thank you guys for tuning into this episode of the podcast. We hope you learned something today. If not, we hope you laughed. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
See ya.